Good morning, welcome again to Trekking with Turtle. Today we are at the base of the Superstition Mountains, just about a half hour east of Phoenix, and I believe this is Stevie Wonder's favorite place. No, I'm just kidding. It's just the base of the mountains. We're gonna go research the Hieroglyphic Trail that is located out here. There's also a couple other trails that are involved. We may get to them today. It seems like it's a pretty short hike, but today's temperature is it's gonna be about 99 degrees today, and right now it's about 88. So we're gonna see how far we can get, see if we can go on a couple of different trails and make the most of what we can in this weather. So this is the signage before some of the trails in here. If you want to pause the video, you can. You can kind of read it on your own. But what we're planning on doing today is we're planning on kind of going into the Hieroglyphics Trail, which is the one right in the center there. That's the one we're kind of headed towards. And then if we have a little bit of time, there's another trail off to the west of us, I do believe. It is called Jacob's Crosscut Trail and Lost Dutchman State Park. Hieroglyphics Trail isn't that far. Apparently it's only about 2.5 miles round trip, maybe a little bit more. And then we're gonna see how far we can actually accomplish today with the weather. So come along if you want. So first things first, you get to the sign here. You got the Hieroglyphic Trail to the left. You got the Lost Gold Mine Trail to the left. Look a little bit to the right. There is a trail that is unauthorized trail. It's not county maintained. I'm guessing that it's probably not wise to go that direction, but I imagine it goes somewhere. But we're going to stay on the regular trail here today. Again, we're heading up to the Hieroglyphics Trail, and yeah, it looks like we got a lot of new blooms out here, and hopefully we'll have some good views for you. Well, we're about a half a mile in, and every time I look up at the mountains, it seems like the farther away they get, which makes it seem like we're not making much progress. But we are making progress. It just has the appearance the other way around. Beautiful views up here. Not a lot of people up here today, even though it is Friday the 28th of April. So just trying to enjoy the views while I can during the daytime before it gets too hot to be out here. Yesterday is hot. Today will be 99 degrees. Tomorrow and the weekend it'll be 100 or a little more, I'm sure. But still a lot of good hiking to do around here. Just gotta find the right time to do it at. The trail itself that I'm on is pretty easy to walk on. There's some terrain. I don't know that I would be comfortable enough bringing a mountain bike out here, but for those of you that are daring, might want to check into it, because it may be allowed, it may not be allowed. But it's about, at least right now, it's a little bit easy to a moderate hike, but hopefully it'll be this way all along, and we'll find what we're looking for. If you'll notice, I just looked at the top of the mountain there. There's some saguaros that are growing out of the top of the mountain. I guess if you have the right conditions, you can grow anything. And we're back. One thing I've noticed since being out here on the trails, the closer you are to the city, the smaller the saguaros that I've noticed. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're still big. They're still heavy and spiky, but the farther away I get, the saguaros seem to be much more vibrant, or not vibrant, larger than life. They have more arms. Yes, they are deteriorating on the bottom, because that right there, it's at least a minimum 100 years old, if not more. I've stated before that they don't start growing arms until they're about 50 to 75 years old. So I can only imagine the stories that they could tell over the years. I'm gonna try to keep recording here. Pardon my heavy breathing, but it's hot. It's a lot of terrain, a lot of things to focus on. But coming up on a saguaro here that appears to be just massive. And I know I've used that word a lot, but they're just amazing. As we make this corner, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. I don't know if any of you have seen a cactus that has fallen over. That's starting to, as it starts to fall apart, it literally just looks like a tree. But fascinating nonetheless. We're going to take a little breather here, but the higher you get up, the more boulders there are that you kind of have to go over. I just passed a couple of people on the trail, and I was joking with them about those streaks up there. Is at the ski area for superstition, and so kind of a funny situation, or funny story, but it just kind of reminded me of the ski areas in the summertime in Colorado. But no resort here, no snowmaking machines, just all natural, 100% grade dirt and rocks and earth. Well, we made it to the top of the Hieroglyphics Trail, and once we're here, there's all the rocks with the hieroglyphics on them. Only wish I had a story that I could read about, but you know, it is what you see. There's also a little pool of water down here with a bunch of tadpoles in here. I'm always amazed at nature sometimes, but I wouldn't expect a frog in the desert. But yes, there are tadpoles down there. Hieroglyphics go way up along that canyon or the rock side here, and yeah, it's kind of a cool thing to witness. There's another interesting site over here. It looks like somebody had carved a face into a rock. Don't know, it looks intentional, but highly doubt that it was formed by nature. Here's a close-up shot of some hieroglyphics, and like I said, they run all along here. They get fewer farther to my right as we go, and then as you come back down, they tend to increase a little bit. It's kind of hard to see out here with the sun glare, but trying to make the best of the video as I can with what I can see. It's interesting what appears to be a monkey hieroglyphic up there, but pretty cool nonetheless. Hard to make out exactly what all of these represent. Looks like some people tried to do some graffiti down here. Not authentic petroglyphs, but all the rest of them appear to be authentic, even though they don't come with a certificate of authenticity. You can only just imagine how they were drawing and what they were drawing back then. So we're heading back down now and coming back out. It's a little kind of rocky coming back out. A lot of bouldering you pretty much kind of had to do coming out of here to get back over to the trail. That is somewhat noticeable, but if you're not looking, you'll be off the trail, because like I said, there's just a lot of rocks out here that trying to navigate through. But I'm happy we got to our destination of the hieroglyphics. So now we're going to make our way back down and cool off. Alright, so as we meander down here, there's one thing that kind of crossed my mind, is to make sure you're wearing good shoes out here, because you certainly don't want to be wearing your slippers that you got for Easter with the bunny ears on them, because you'll slip and slide all over the place. And want to make sure you got some good traction, even though I know with the best traction you can still have issues, but at least it gives you a little bit more peace of mind of the grip on the trail, because it's definitely up and down. I mean, there are parts of it that are just completely dirt and other parts of it that are real rocky. So just be prepared, not only shoe wise, but the rest of your body as well, with all the, make sure you got good sunscreen on. I got a good old wide brim hat on today, and I'm well hydrated. And yeah, you just want to make sure it's enjoyable, so you don't end up somewhere where you don't want to be. And it begins with an E and an R. So speaking of old cactus from before, here's an old saguaro. Looks like it's been stripped away, and that's what it's left down to. You can kind of see some of the arms up on top, and if I'm able to get a little bit closer, you can kind of see they just look like strips of wood, literally kind of coming down. And then as they get closer down to the ground, obviously they root in the ground, but some of it even looks like pieces of bark. But pretty amazing stuff. This video today is sponsored by the letters H-O-T, hot. Let me tell you, it's about 100 degrees right now, and we're going to go down and cool off, and maybe we'll go find a pool and hop in there for a little while. But that's going to do it for today. Again, thanks for joining, and we'll see you in the next one.